Pride of Nations is a grand strategy game. It's settled in the second half of the 19th century up to the first 20 years of the 20th century. And the players will be handling one of the great powers of the time. The well-known countries are Great Britain, France, Germany, Austria-Hungary, Italy and Russia in Europe, but we can also play the Americans and Japan, which enter the game at some point. The goal is to accumulate a lot of prestige during the game, and this prestige, which is a kind of currency, is received from different actions. And they go in every field of the game, and the player is rewarded or penalized depending on what he has done in terms of prestige. So one of the key aspects of the game is to manage how you will develop your colonial empire. And it's done in a very simple way, like drag and dropping items on the map, and there's a wide choice of them. And the good thing is that you are in permanent competition with the other main powers. And there is a permanent race to see who is going to grab the very juicy colony first before the other. And sometimes you have to be clever, because if you acquire a colony in a region that has no interest for your own private business people, then you'll pay it in prestige. The second aspect of this is, of course, territorial conflicts in Europe will probably lead to wars. And so this warfare aspect is important in the game, but it's maybe not as new as the colonial scramble. And the last key points which we want to have the player feel is that it was an era of intense diplomacy. Probably not official, not straightforward as this is, but a lot of behind the scenes situation. And we have introduced a very new system in the game which we call the crisis generator, which at some point in the game a crisis pops up and you have no control out of it. It is played more or less like, I would say, a game of poker. Everybody goes at the table and then you just put your money down there and raise the stakes. The trouble is that you never know in the end who is going to win, and it might blow up in your face like nobody solved the crisis and there's a world war. Typically that's what happened in 1914, for example. The reason that this specific time period was chosen is that it offers a lot of different possibilities for players. In this game we reuse the core Ageod engine, which has been developed for the last years and have been present in a few products that some of you know already. And the game basically is an engine that renders military operation on the operational and grand strategic scale. Now the game brings much more today. So we have still the core Ageod engine, but we brought a lot of bricks into it. It's like a game of Lego. You have the foundations, and now we have put bricks and it reached the roof now, with modules that were in existence before, like diplomacy, economy, technology. Things like our players from previous game always wanted, they always want more. And this time I think they will receive more than they asked for. We also added a new feature, which is the possibility to play multiplayer with more than 2 players, which was the case of our previous releases. This time we have up to 8 players playing the different great powers. And even by modding we could have more, but we decided that the gameplay interest was to concentrate on the key 8 major players. The game will require a slightly higher level of experience than our previous titles, because for the simple fact there are many more sections and novelties in this game. It's not only military, you have to handle economics, diplomacy, colonies and things. So that's where the real challenge is, how to master efficiently these aspects. None of them is very complicated, on the contrary, they are very easy to handle. And the key of your success in the game will be how you assemble everything into a winning machine.